Capture, y'all. Let's go to Magic. Get rid of Unreal. There we go. Alright, we're going to do some historic events. Um, I'm going to play the Reanimator deck I've been having fun with. We'll look at it real quick. I did make a change at one point and incorporate in Gemstone Caverns. It gives us more options to go off on turn 2. So the whole idea of this is we want to drop a bomb on turn 2. So we can roughly classify this deck into discard spells or ways to get cards in the graveyard, reanimator spells, and bombs. So we've got 4 Thoughtseize, 4 Faithless Looting, 4 Bitter Triumph, 4 Bitter Reunion. You can Thoughtseize yourself. You can Gemstone Caverns and use your 2 mana options. We've got 3 Assemble from Parts, 4 Life Death, 4 Persist. Got 1 Perforator Crocodile, 3 Sire of Insanity, 3 Sarah Emissary, 3 Knights of the Round, and 3 Breaker of Creation. For land, I'm running 1 Hive of the Eye Tyrant, 1 Den of the Bugbear, 1 Swamp, 1 Mountain, 3 Blackleaf Cliff, 3 Blood Crypt, 3 Mana Confluence, 3 Starting Town, and 4 Gemstone Caverns. That's it. Let's see if we can get some cards. Make a profit. Let's give it a shot. See how we shake out. Fix this display a bit. Prof Erico. So no reanimator spell, but lots of draw. It's not ideal, but I don't think we need to pitch it. We hit a reanimator spell here, we're like in good shape. Alright, we go for a turn 2. Knights of the Round. He has Kolziak, but like he doesn't have the mana to exile it. This is how we beat Eldrazi Tron. We have to get something out before they can fucking cast 10 Kolziak's Return, getting rid of stuff from our graveyard. But Bitter Reunion mean that like basically we're just gonna win. Because we can do this. We're just gonna be faster than him here, I think. Here's 14 damage. Do you want to cast that Kolziak's Return? Put some chump blockers down. Absorb some of this. Yep. Pretty obvious that he had one. They always have it. But we were faster this time. Alright, you only take 10 then? Next turn we just play another Bitter Reunion and win the game. Although I guess he could cast, what? Ulamog? Ugin? Devourer. Okay, sure. We still have it because we can reanimate Emissary on creature. Swing for 10. Pick one up. Easy dub. Eldrazi player catching a little bit of abuse. Always love to see it. One of our hardest matchups. Actually, no, our hardest matchup is probably the combo Reanimator. We don't really interact with it in any meaningful way. And a lot of our card draw options, or our card discard options, don't work against it because they don't play anything on the board. Oh, it's not great, but it's not terrible again. We'll take it. So what kind of deck is opponent? I mean, he's on this Reanimator strategy. I think we have to do this. I think we have to play Sarah Emissary on creatures and hope that, like, this is probably our worst matchup here. What's in the graveyard? He does have a Scholar. If he has a Reanimator spell. So, like, this doesn't really stop us from losing, probably. I think we're gonna try to go for the land lockout and just try. Because if we discard this, right, if we get a land, which we did, then next turn we can make him sacrifice 2 lands. If he can't go off here, we can win the game. Alright. Great. Perfect. So I think we just win now. He has 1 chance to draw Persist and a land. So he has those 2 cards that we don't know have to be, one of them has to be a red spell. If he's got it, he's got it. If he doesn't, we win. Great, perfect. We just choke him out on lands. So the problem with getting the Sarah is, like, it doesn't actually make us win. It just makes him not win on the turn he goes off. But he would have all our Annihilator creatures, and so, like, we would just die on the next turn. So I think we just had to play to our out there, which is basically what we did to choke him out of lands. So we discard the Annihilator creature and just hope that he doesn't have it, and then the next turn we eat 2 lands, and then if he doesn't have it that turn, he only has 2 lands left. He doesn't have permanents, so the next turn he's gonna have 0 lands, and then from that point on he can only have 1 land. He's never able to actually go off. This is not good. If this had 2 black, I'd take it, but it doesn't. This is better. Let's try Breaker. We have the Bitter Triumph, which is quite good with Breaker. He's on blue, so he probably has bounce spells, but that doesn't do anything. Just make him sack 2 permanents every turn for the rest of the game. Unless he has Sheoldred's Edict, which he might. It's a Death Touch. Oh no, don't sacrifice permanents. Sacrificing permanents is bad. Alright, so we're just gonna discard a card. Swing-a-roni. Now he has to sack 2 permanents. It's going to be really hard for him to ramp up enough permanents to not just die at this point. Okay, that does stall a turn. Don't do it. Oh my god, dude. That's terrible. No. So, like, your only hope is to generate shitloads of permanents. You're just gonna have to sacrifice the creature you're exploring on. And you're losing an extra permanent. Like, you could have played that creature, sack the creature in the token, in the exploration token, and then you would have had 3 land, and maybe you could recover from there, but, like... I don't think we can take this because we don't have the second land. Okay, we'll have to take this. But this is more likely to hit a second land because we have looting. We got 3 shots at a land. Okay, we got a land. So in this scenario, depending on what opponent does, we'll most likely bring back the Sire of Insanity. Because I think we have a better chance of winning from Hellbent than opponent probably does. Like, he has to hit a land to be able to cast any 2-mana things. Otherwise, they're just dead draws. Yeah, so this is all about just... like, unlike the combo deck, it doesn't win on the spot. This is all about bombs that can, like, have a pretty good shot of winning the game on their own. We can't use any legendaries because we're using 4 of Persist. So it's just kind of like we try to get the opponent in a situation like too early for them to be able to really get out of it. Alright, so turn 2 Breaker. When you have Breaker and Bitter Triumph, it's good because like you can pull shenanigans on the turn that you attack with Breaker. Alright, he's probably got Cozy X. Oh no, you must have land, right? Alright, so we have to force it regardless, so we're just gonna do that. We know he's got it, and we know he's gonna remove our shit, but basically our next goal is to like Bitter Triumph, Sire of Insanity, Life Death. We have to force him to use it no matter what, so... They always have like 5 copies of fucking Cozy X Return. Every Eldrazi player always has like at least 2 copies in their opening hand. And then they top deck 2 more. It's ridiculous. And then like whenever you play a Reanimator deck, it's not as bad actually in it's not as bad in like the event, but it's real bad in constructed like ranks. Okay, that's a pretty good draw. Take this. So do we make him use the eye? I don't think so. I think we just Faithless Looting. Yeah, that works out. We were probably a little too slow this time, but is what it is. Go ahead and cast that. Thoughtseize. Alright, discard our hands. Kind of sucks because we're discarding a resurrection spell, but like, when they start the hand with Cozy X Return, it is what it is. Oh no, that was wrong. That was wrong. He fucked up. He fucked up big time. Sorry. Oopsie. Oopsie poopsie. Hey. Hey. He goofed a bit. 5-0. Hey man. This is a good set. But yeah, like, people do that. People will like, oh, I can't do anything this turn because I don't have the mana. Let me buy my companion. Oh wait, we discard our hands at the end of every turn. Shit. So I don't think we really deserved that one, because all he had to do was wait for after the trigger to go off and then do that, and then he gets, I mean, and then he gets the Planeswalker, and he's like heavily favored to win at that point because we have an empty board and he has a Ugin. But you can't buy it before the Sire of Insanity trigger. You'll just put it in your graveyard. So okay, we don't have a play, so we don't take this hand. Yeah, this deck is pretty solid. I mean, I got to like top 500 with it, which I usually consider, like, if a deck is good enough to get into the top 500 Mythic, just like regularly, just like casually playing it, I consider it like a good like high tier deck. And before I made a couple changes, I wouldn't have said that this was a high tier deck, but I think it is now. We don't have a discard spell. Okay. Yes, this is fine, I think. So if we... How do we want to do this? What companion? Loris? Put back a land. Bitter Triumph. And don't do Gemstone Caverns. Because we're going to have to Thoughtseize ourselves. And we're just gonna go for the nuke both our hands and see who can win from Hellbent position. Of course, Spirit Dancer is not that great when we're in a situation where Sire's out. You can't take advantage of the extra cards. Like, we don't care about giving him a card here because everything's going to the graveyard anyway. Let's go. Yeah, draw all the cards you want, bro. Alright. Discard it. Sure. Draw a card. I mean, we could very easily lose from here. Yep. Sure. Alright, take 6. So it's all going to depend on what our next card is. It's not quite enough. So we basically have to double block. It's our only shot. But I'm pretty sure we're dead. If he draws a land or an enchantment, we're dead. If he draws a creature, we're fine. Okay, he drew a creature. Okay. Oh boy. Not good. Alright, no attacks. We're dead. We're dead. I mean, it is what it is. So I made a couple changes to this deck that I think pushed it up like a tier level, basically. Like, it was like a B tier, now it's like an A tier. I still wouldn't say it's S, but it's definitely A. Like, the changes I made was I was running Bone Shards and Collective Brutality. I switched it. In the 1 mana slot that Bone Shards was in, I run 4 Thoughtseize. And in the 2 mana spot that Collective Brutality was in, I run 4 of the 2 mana kill spell that you can discard a card or take 3 damage and can kill planeswalkers and creatures. So that was the biggest change that made it better, because it gave you more ways to get stuff in your graveyard on turn 1. And then the other change I made was adding Gemstone Caverns, which also gives more ways to get it in your graveyard on turn 1. So if we draw, this is maybe okay. It's really slow, but like the potential's there. We just don't have any reanimate spells, but like Bitter Reunion into Breaker or Summon are really good together. But we're on the draw, and I think we need to be faster than that for on the draw. We'll try this. Got him. Got the Arcanist. Okay, that's so good. Oh my god. It's brutal. Okay. Alright, we can bring back Knights of the Round. We could either... I think we bring back Breaker. Because, like, dumping spells isn't getting him more permanents. Yeah, we get back the breaker. Symbol from parts on the summon. Yeah, so like this is damage, but he starts sacking permanents. I should have probably actually pitched the Perforator Croc. It could have killed the Slick Shot. Alright, I take 3, 6. Yep. But he's going to have reduced resources next turn. I'll take 6 again for sure. I think I would, like, I don't think Knights of the Round is the play here. I think we lose because he hits us too much next turn, so I'm kind of glad he dropped all that land, but I'm going to see because if we hit a Reanimator spell, we can kill the Slick Shot Show Off here. Okay, that's not a Reanimator spell, but that will also kill the Slick Shot Show Off. Okay, we don't play this because we want to have it to discard. Alright. I think he's done. I think he's done. I don't think there's anything in his deck that stops this now. Yeah. So, and basically what those changes did to this deck is they made it a lot more agile. So, like, I traded a sorcery speed kill spell at 1 mana for an instant speed kill spell at 2 mana, which is great because, like, we can play a land, they play a thing, we play a land, hold untapped, they play something good, we kill it, we put what we want to reanimate in the graveyard, and then we bring it back. So it opens up that, which is kind of hard to react to on the killing side of the thing, and having the kill spell cost more than the discard spell, it just makes sense because you kill stuff after the board's been developed, so like a 2 mana kill spell is not as bad. Whereas a Thoughtseize is something you want to be using on turn 1, right? So our 1 mana slot becomes flexible because we can use it to take their hand, or we can use it to discard our own shit so that we can bring it back. So those two things made it much faster, and then having the Gemstone Caverns, you'll have games where you're like on the draw and you have Gemstone Caverns and like one of your 2 mana discard spells, and that would be really slow, but it's actually not that slow because you have Gemstone Cavern, so you can still cast Bitter Reunion or Bitter Triumph on turn 1. I'm gonna keep this. We have the play pattern of Bitter Reunion into Breaker into Summon Breaker. Possibly. And attacking like immediately with it. See, like this is a perfect example. I was gonna play this, but I don't think I'm going to here. I'm gonna hold open. That's the one I wanted to kill anyway. And like we couldn't bring back this turn, but what we can do is hold up. No, now we play Bitter Reunion. We want to attack with haste. We definitely want the land. We don't need a second Bitter Reunion. Okay. Alright, we're gonna haste out a Breaker next turn and make him sack 2 permanents. This is great. We take 3, 4 from our land, and then another one from our land next turn. We attack with a 4/4 hexproof Annihilator 2. He loses 2 permanents. I don't think he can get any. Well, okay, yeah, he can get a land. Okay. Ooh, that's good too. But for now, let's start eating resources. Alright, 2 lands down. And it's like as you're eating resources, it becomes harder to put more to field more permanents. So we just have to live one more turn because we'll have removal up after that. Okay. No reckless charge, please. Fuck me. Alright, this hurts. Take 9. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, so we Bitter Triumph our Sarah Emissary going down to 1 with this. We actually don't have the mana to do that. Unfortunate. Alright, I am attacking. Alright. I want protection from instants, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get it in time. I can't take 2 damage from my land at this point. He's probably just got a burn spell to finish us. Well, it's not a burn spell. I can get protection from instants. Or just play a creature. I mean, like, he's on a clock, because next turn he's going to have 1 land. Unless he gets a creature here. And then the turn after that, no lands and no wizards. Soulscar Mage? Do it. Cast a Soulscar Mage. Ah, you suck. God damn it. They always have it. They do always have it. Motherfucker. Alright, well, 6. Oh, I thought that was game 3. I thought that was loss 3. We got another shot to get the full 7 wins. I thought it was it. I thought I was 6 and 3, and that was the match. The thing about this game, this deck also, is that like a lot of times your wins are so fast and like brutal that like they don't really register as games, and so you really, it feels like you struggle with this deck more than I think you actually are. Because it's like the only games you will remember with this deck are the games where you are getting like people exiling your graveyard every turn, like multiple copies of Surgical Extraction, Tormod's Crypt main deck, like shit like that, and you remember that. But then you don't remember the game where you play like Breaker Creation on turn 2 on the play, and then they're just dead. This is good. This is a great hand. So I'll probably go Sire in this situation, unless he has, like, interaction for it. We'll see. So we can either give them one more turn and then Sire and get our... So what is this? I'm really debating hard here. So it's more damage in the long run to get this Sarah now. But I think we're actually more likely... We have a 3-turn clock with this. I'm just doing this. So he's got surgical. Yeah. Like, you'll remember games like this because, like, yeah, exactly. Like, when you have a deck that just, like, half the time it just immediately wins the game, it's, like, pretty good. Alright, so we're gonna Thoughtseize Persist next turn, or Bitter Reunion, depending on what he does. So yeah, we can get rid of that Shifting Woodlands. I think he played a land already, right? He did. He played a land for the turn. He's gonna grab Shifting Woodlands, but we're gonna get our boy back. I mean, if he's got another, we really needed the fucking Sire of Insanity. Unfortunate. I think we take the Traverse. He's gonna be creatures. Probably not gonna have too much interaction that can deal with this. If we can get 2 more lands, we can start using Hive. Like, Cathartic Pyre is not going to do it. Vampire's Vengeance is not going to do it. Ban this guy real quick. Stop being bots, you goddamn clankers. What do we have in here? Do it like this. He doesn't have any. Oh, he has Omniscience, but he doesn't have any mega dangerous stuff. At least the last time we thought seized him, he didn't. Sire would have been a lot better than Sarah's Emissary, but okay, looting. So he gets 1 more turn to try and win. Like, he has Omniscience here, but it doesn't do much good. Resurrection spell. Fuck. Thoughtseize. Give me something. Guess that's gonna have to do. Alright, what's that last card? You can bring Elshnorn back, but that doesn't really stop what's going on here. Okay, down to 3. Alright, come on. Get your Omniscience and your Godfarer's Gift, and that's gonna get back Elshnorn. Which, like, who cares? And we picked up a Persist too. Or we could just attack with Hive of the Eye Tyrant and eat stuff from his graveyard. Eat the Omniscience. I mean, his only thing that he can do right now is get Omniscience. Because if he casts this, he's not going to have the mana to transform the land. So he has to Omniscience, he has to play this. Whatever this card is determines the game. I don't think he has it. He doesn't have the mana to do Faithless Looting and transform it. Sure. The Traxa would do it. Yep. Nothing. Just land. Mill to Surgical. See, that's the problem with that Surgical, is you could have had a denser combo percentage in your deck. Sure. Hey, we pull it out. Pull it out at the end. 7-3 or 7-2. Perfect. All right, let's play another. Hang on. Let me reset the stream.